This is Switzer Network News. 1992 Switzer Fellow Tim Greiner is Managing Director of Pure Strategies, a sustainability consulting firm helping companies improve the sustainability performance of their businesses, products, their supply chain, and their internal operations.
Companies today can hire a sustainability officer, maybe even have them report at a VP level, but as long as that program is not part of the regular business planning process, the goal setting process, and built into the functional parts of the company, the marketing, the product design, the sourcing, that's the hardest thing to do. It's not very hard to publish a report and do a few things. It's more difficult to build it into the very fabric and foundation of the company. I don't know if there's one answer to the question about what drives this integration process. I know that leadership is an important part of that. So the CEO or the board or at a very high level in the company, that person or that body recognizes it as critical. That's a key ingredient to success. So be that the founder, be that a CEO that looks at this and says, this is really important to my customers, and I want to be better than all my competitors in this area. I also find that the companies that excel here, they actually believe this. It's very rare that I find a company that's leading in this area where the leadership is doing this purely out of a business economic kind of purpose. That is definitely part of it. But at some level, they understand some of the systems that we're degrading in our environment today. We've worked with a number of interesting brands and companies that focus on sustainability. I think Stonyfield Farm is a great success story and a great example of the kinds of things that our company does. They've not only made it something that's important in their product, they've built it into the way they design the product, the way they run their manufacturing operations, the way they treat their employees, the way they source their ingredients, but also they're influencing the whole industry that they're in, and they're influencing their customers, which are major retailers and consumers. If you look at the statistics on what comprises the segment of the population that will buy green, it's somewhere around 6 to 8%. They will pay a premium for green. The rest of consumers aren't really willing to pay more, but they will use that sustainability attribute as a tiebreaker. There are parts of consumers that are willing to pay more, for example, new moms. It's a classic part of the consumer segment where they're saying, I've got this vulnerable young life. I want to protect that, and I want to protect my family and protect my home. So at that point, that's when consumers are open to making a change in some of the unconscious decisions they make. It's not just about buying greener products, though. I think the role of the consumer also is in consuming less.
Our thanks to Tim Greiner with Pure Strategies, promoting strategies for change. This is Switzer Network News.